All right, everyone. Today I have my lifelong friend, the longest friend, still consistently a part of my life, childhood to adulthood and everything in between, Miss Andrea Wade. Ew. um, 20 plus years, like 20 plus years.
Yeah.
First of all, we're getting old.
Yes.
Second of all, from Emma days to skating days to motherhood and wife and all the things. Like, there's a lot that's perspired. And is that a word? Transpired, not perspired. What is perspired? Take that part out.
When you sweat,
Transpired.
I'm sweating. I'm perspiring.
Actually, leave that part in. Maybe that's why I said it. I love it. Yeah. So what do you feel? I mean, obviously I feel like it's just a blessing in general that we have a relationship that's, lasted over 20 years. I mean,
Yes.
what do you feel is misunderstood or how friendships can truly, reach this potential? I mean, because we have had ups and a couple of downs. Like it's not been like a wavy, it's been an effortless, true friendship. You know what I mean? So what do you feel like people misunderstand about long relationships or what they need to do to ensure that a long relationship is,
Yes. So like with us, I think it's been when I was wrong, I admitted I was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And I apologized and I grew. And I think having a long lasting relationship, no matter what it is, it's a choice you make consciously every single day. This person is worth being in my life. This person is someone that I want to invest in, make sure that I'm showing up for, and just staying consistent in that and knowing that it's okay if you only have 2 or 3 very valuable people in your life. And it's just, like you said, it's effortless with you. So we pick up where we leave off every time we get together.
Every time.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking like skating around days. We're talking Mars Hill.
Yes.
We're talking
First child, marriage.
right. All the firsts.
Jobs.
Mama drama. I mean,
moving.
apartments. I mean, how many times do you think I've helped you move? I mean,
there for a while. I moved quite.
I mean, there had to be like 10 there for like 3 months. I don't know what happened, but like, what?
Quite a bit. Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
But yeah, admitting wrong. I feel like putting that effort into like just having the conversations, like, because perspective. Even as much as we know each other, like the weight that we carry from other family that we've, what we were born to carry, but still caring enough to admit when we're wrong and put the effort in, just, I don't know, it's been special. It's been.
And sometimes it's not always being wrong either. It's just seeing it differently.
Right.
And that's okay.
We just agree to disagree good.
Right. Just being like, you know what? I can respect that you see it that way.
Yeah.
I don't see it that way, but it doesn't change your heart.
That's
it doesn't
good.
change your character. Yeah.
To be open about being different and loving anyways.
Yes.
I love that. I love that. Oh my gosh. So this is like my dance partner. If anybody, I mean, honey, like we're there to dance
and
skate. Like the beats come easy.
Yeah.
We have had so many good memories. Obviously a wife, obviously a stay-at-home mom, a mother, a co-parent. So as a wife, I'm so grateful that Justin just opens his door. We know lifelong crazy, he's, like we're going up on a decade of like, okay, now I can get Shana's crazy with Andrea. They were literally 2 peas in a pod. But he always opens the door, always allows me to stay there. And I'm so grateful and very traditional.
Yes.
It's very traditional, such a strong suit. What do you feel like that part of marriage based on how we were raised?
Yes.
and being in the role of a man in that marriage role, that he is the provider, you are the stay-at-home mom, and what that has taught about life or for yourself.
Yes. So initially, I was raised by a single mother, so my dad was not in the picture. And I've got to witness Justin be a dad and be present. Um,
That's good, baby.
yeah.
What a
So just
blessing.
seeing him do the things for the kids that I missed out on, or I felt like I missed out on. Looking back, I don't know if I would have changed the way my relationship was with my dad. I'm thankful for my mother. She did her best. But there's just something about like a daddy's girl, you know, and I see that with Justin and Annabelle, which is such a blessing. And I'm so happy for her that she has him. But yeah, I think ultimately he's led me to that feminine soft side of myself that I've not had in previous relationships. I think
Like
that's
we've
why our
always had to
marriage
been
is working.
hard.
I've had to, be tough and just keep going. And he finally gives me that type of peace where he can be the man. And I can just relax in knowing that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing by being a good wife and being a good mom and just being present and figuring out what inspires me outside of that has been tricky since staying at home. But right now, staying at home is what's inspired me the most at the same time. So, but yeah.
And just because it hit my spirit, like seeing that with the relationship with the daddy girl, right? Like Roy and Journey. And isn't it funny though? Because like Roy with the boys is such a different take, just like I know Justin with the boys.
Absolutely.
And like obviously the boys have a special heart in the mama's hearts. And you're like, oh jerk, did you just talk to him that way? Like, but that relationship of him being present and being there, and the step back, he's like, well, I'm the man.
Yes.
And
Yes.
Lane, get up. And, Hank, get up. Like he's going to treat them the way and grow them as a man, which we can't do, right?
Correct.
We can only be a mother and not understand that role. But I know it's such a funny and fun dynamic. The communication piece, because I think it's misunderstood, like a stay-at-home mom. Like, oh, I'm a stay-at-home mom. What do you feel like is such a huge misunderstanding of that role?
Oh, gosh. That we don't do anything. That we're just hanging out on the couch or going out and spending money or just doing whatever we want all the time. And it's literally the hardest job I've ever had. It's 24/7. There is no, breaks, lunchtime. There's no potty breaks where I don't have a kid right in my face. There's no sit down and eat a warm meal because I'm constantly serving and giving to them. And then, the housework is never ending. I don't know how I ever worked full time and still caught up with the things that I have now, except for at that point, I guess it was just Annabelle. So it was easier. But now that there's 3, it's a little harder. But yeah, I think the biggest misconception would just be how it can seem like those people have it made and it's just so easy and effortless. Which it honestly reminds me a little bit of like social media, like people that are behind the scenes doing things to build a business through social media or influencers or whatever they're doing, podcast, etc. I feel like there's a lot more work that goes into that than people realize. It's not just jump on a camera and you're there and things go great. And it's the same thing at home. It's like there's a lot of things you do that are unseen and unappreciated.
Like the cover is beautiful, baby, but you got to read the whole book.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you feel like it's taught you about communication as far as, always obviously he's gone working and then you're running between dropping kids off, picking the kids up, any PTO or any PTA or sporting events, and also he's coaching. Like the communication piece is like, I know we talk about this all the time, but it's like what's not said a lot of times is what ruins relationships over what is said, because we can
Yes.
harbor so much in,
Yes.
and based on me and your upbringing and the
Mhm.
similarities that we have,
Mhm.
we can't always be vocal because the other party is just not
Used to that.
understanding,
Mhm.
or it's a bigger issue. So it's almost better just to not say anything at all.
Mhm.
What do you feel like having like a man in your life that obviously is doing what he traditionally knows is the role of providing, but like is open and like the communication role to ensure that you're on the best page as much as possible?
Yeah. Um, so that has been our biggest hurdle probably. I feel like
Love her. Love her.
I feel like part of marriage growing and getting better is me being able to communicate
Mhm.
those things. Um, and Justin is very traditional, like, he's not an emotional person. You pretty much
It's a
cut and dry.
flat
Yeah,
line,
like
baby.
what
Yeah.
he rarely gets
Mhm.
excited. If he does, you're gonna know it.
Mhm.
He's passionate. He's so hard headed, which I am too. So that was a big thing for us. And eventually, I learned for him to be the dominant one, I had to kind of give into that. I had to be the one that wasn't as hard headed and be
Your
like,
stubborn guard had to be put
I had to
down.
let that wall down. And sometimes I'll communicate and his response is not what I hope for,
Mhm.
or he feels that I'm getting tore up over something very small, but to me it's a big thing.
Mhm.
Um, but the good thing is we've finally got to a point where we can step away from the conversation, come back to it when we're
Mhm.
both processed, thought about it,
Mhm.
and then we're able to be like, okay, this is, what it is, and move
Mhm.
forward. And yeah, I just,
Has it taught you like a different level of giving yourself grace and giving someone else grace because of that dynamic?
yes, it has. And a lot of times when I get upset with him over something or have something that I'll think back and I'll be like, well, have you ever done that? Have you ever said that? Did you ever not do that too? And then there'll be
Mhm.
moments that'll pop in my head where maybe I've done the exact same thing, but in a different circumstance.
Mm, mhm.
And I'm like, well, he didn't react this way, or he didn't get this
Shit, I
mad
guess
about
I am crazy.
it. Yeah, I was like, yeah, exactly. I was
Oh
like,
Lord, the
well,
bloodline is stopping with me. Put it down.
yeah.
Oh,
But
yeah.
yeah, I think that you definitely have to give yourself grace because it points out flaws in yourself as you're
Mhm.
trying to point them out
Right. When
in
when
general.
you're able to be that bold in truly becoming and growing,
Yes.
like you're able to call yourself out. A
Yes.
lot of people,
No.
it's that vulnerability to
Hmm.
say, "Dang, you know, I too can have this
Oh,
effect,
yeah.
but I need to, learn how to adjust."
And ultimately, just doing it because your goal is to make your spouse happy.
Right.
Her goal is to
Mhm.
be, I don't want him to come home from work after working
Mhm.
2 jobs,
Mhm.
um, to provide and feel like I'm unappreciative or not
Mhm.
happy to see him. And there
Right.
are days where you're drained. So there is no more capacity to be excited when he walks through the door.
You're barely
You're barely
mhm.
hanging on. You don't want to admit it because when you do, then it seems like you're complaining or ungrateful, but that's
Mhm.
not, that's just the reality of the job. It's hard, it's mentally hard. Um,
That's the piece that I feel like is also very misunderstood is the capacity of mentally everything that's going on,
yes.
because not only are you orchestrating getting everyone to where they need to be and, doing all these things, but you're also having to do that being distracted because, well, at
Hmm.
least in the season that we're in with the
Yes.
little ones, right?
Yes.
Like you're having to knock out roles and duties and commitments by being interrupted 17 times in 3 seconds.
Right.
And now you have 4 other tabs that's now open that also take priority because now one's about to poop their pants, the other one's done threw up. Like
Yes.
there's all these things. And oh, by the way, somebody's knocking on the door and nobody knocks on the door, like,
Yes.
why is my doorbell ringing?
Yeah.
Like, so it's all these things, like it's a mental overload that I
Yes.
don't think people, and I'm not a stay at home mom, but with real estate for 14
Yeah.
years, I feel like I have been a stay at home mom
Right.
while juggling a
Doing
career
it. Yes.
because everything that I did either was molded to be orchestrated around my client's
Right.
schedule, not mine, or my kid's schedule. And if it didn't fit in between, then I had to figure out an agent or a teammate that I could pay to fill in the gap.
Right.
So I'm also doing all the picking up. I'm also doing all the lunch pack. Like I'm doing all those things, but I'm running around crazy. And I think that mental load, because you're not able just to knock out one task. You're washing the dishes, you're packing a lunch, you're preparing for the dentist appointment, but now there's poop in the toilet and now it's smeared on the floor. Somebody threw up on the ceiling and now you got to find a ladder. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yes.
and now somebody's knocking on the door and there's a huge raccoon eating my dog food. You know, like literally out there in the boondocks. What are we doing?
Yes.
And I'm so proud of you though. I always start like, thank you for your time. I didn't do that because but I'm so proud of you because I know like just, you know, growing up in a different lifestyle with single moms and where we both grew up with a single mom atmosphere, we are now both married to incredible men who support us. No, it's not easy and it can be a shit show a lot of times, but it's truly love.
Yeah.
They respect us, they love us, they give us grace, and they have also, I feel like, taught us how to give grace.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
It's because we were so hard-headed, we were so strong, we will make it.
Yes.
And then when you have somebody that's like,
They
I will
soften
help you make it, you know, that was new for us.
Yes.
And I'm so proud of you.
Yes.
I really am proud of you.
Thank you.
Of course, you know, with Justin being, you know, the man rolling into the fatherhood and knowing your story, you know, and that relationship with your father and not having it, and you going on this journey to find him. You know, let the viewers know, because I know there's viewers out there that don't have that relationship with their father, or maybe they want one, and like you did, was really curious.
Yeah.
Went to freaking Alaska.
Yeah.
And met him.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
take me back to that moment.
So just the short version of that would be I'm 26, going on 27 at the time. I'd spoke with my mother over the years. I didn't really ask a lot or get curious until I was about 10 to 13, I guess. I started being like, you know, well, what does he look like? Or, you know, what was his name? Or, you know, whatever. And so I guess that just kind of stuck, and I just focused. I was big in sports and going through school, and I was just like, I'm just going to be
Busy doing my
own thing. And then like life passes you by like so quick, and the next thing I know, here I am, and it just hit me one day and I was curious again. So I reached back out to my mom, and she's like, well, I have this one previous known address that I had that I guess in the years past we had tried to like reach out, but a letter didn't go or whatever. And so then at that point I went online and I found 2 girls that lived in New York that were actually, I guess it would be my stepsisters. Didn't speak to them too much, but I Facebook messaged them, was like, so I think your dad's my dad, you know, whatever, it linked us. And she was like, he was their stepdad. So birth-wise, I was his only daughter, but he had raised these 2 girls. They are his babies. And he had remarried, and his wife was working at the University of Alaska, and they lived in Anchorage. And she said, he's been looking for you for years. Like, I'm going to send you his phone number. And so we connected, and next thing I know, I got a phone call, and it was my dad for the first time. And we just talked for hours. We started talking, and I was like, I want to meet you. So I didn't care. I booked the flight, flew to Alaska, the longest airplane ride ever. Got there, and like, I'd never really even seen a picture of him. But when I was getting off
Y'all are so identical, it's
the
ridiculous.
escalator, literally at baggage claim, like a mile away in this massive airport, I was like, that's my dad. Like, I knew. So then we connected, and then go to his house. I mean, it was just a very easy, just so happy to see each other finally, that like nothing mattered, you know? But then when I got there, I met his wife, and she's like, I need to have a conversation with you privately. So I'm like, okay. And so then she tells me that he got told like a year prior he had a year to live. And so I'm thinking, I just met him and he's dying, you know? And I don't know if it didn't set in or if I just didn't want to acknowledge it. But so I soaked it in. And he was dying because he was an alcoholic. He had drank. I think, from what I understood from my mom, that was a huge issue as to why he wasn't in my life. And I didn't really understand alcoholism. So I'm like, well, just drink tea or drink milk or here's water. Like, just switch what you're drinking and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
You know, and then when I realized that it was way past that point, and he told me, we got to know each other, and he told me, like, I know my body, I'm fine. So I remember leaving, though, to go back to the airport. I stayed 7 days. And when I went to tell him goodbye and get in a taxi, I just remember that hug being different. And it was the last time I got to see him, you know. So I got home and I was mad. Like, and that's something I regret, is that I didn't express to him that I forgave him. But I was still so hurt and so mad that that was what he chose. So I wasn't reciprocative to those 8 months after meeting him, of him calling. And he wrote me so many, like hundreds of letters. He sent me a birthday card for every birthday he'd ever missed. He tried to send me gifts, just to make up for lost time. Like, that was truly special. That's something I cherish. Like, he really put thought and effort behind that. And another key factor with that whole story was, at the time that I met him, he was not saved. By the time he passed away, he had gotten saved. And that was huge for me, because I expressed to him, like, if I can't have you, I just want to know I'm going to see you again. And so he made sure that he sought that out and tried to make sure that that could happen. So that's, you know, it's beautiful. It's just bittersweet. I just wish we could have more time.
It's almost like all those years, God, and you're going to give me him and then take him right away.
But I truly feel like that was such a gift, too.
I feel like it's part of the journey that he got to see you and he was able to leave in peace, because he'd been searching his whole life for you.
Yeah.
And you too, like, maybe not physically because you were doing your own thing,
Yeah.
but like spiritually and mentally, you had been searching for your father.
Oh, yeah, there's a part,
you know, like,
that's always curious.
Years of having these,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I just feel like it's so bold that you took the risk, you sought him out, you did it, you know. And there's people that's curious.
And the timing of that is,
and like,
God, for sure.
And forgiving people, because where he was when he was a young father is not where he was when you got to meet him 26 years later.
Right.
I mean, my goodness.
Yeah.
Like, so you can't even, like, how do you even, you know, like, just accepting someone where they are now. And
yeah. And I wish I would have done better at that at the time. Now I know that I'm capable of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it took some healing on my end.
It was a part of the journey, baby.
Yeah.
You sought after him and you had a great time.
Yeah.
I mean, when you got back.
Yeah.
You
should have brought tissue.
Do we have tissue over here? Tissue paper. You can rub it with this rose petal bag tissue.
Bow.
No, it's not smearing. It looks good. It's not even smeared.
Okay.
So obviously we have the boys, and then obviously baby girl.
Yes.
So also a co-parent, which I think a lot of people can, you know, recognize and feel or relate to being a co-parent. What has that taught you about, like, love past biology? Like, she's not yours. So what has that taught you?
Oh, man. That's such a loaded, like, emotion. She's easy to love. She's easy to love. And I think most kids are easy to love. I think, you know, being honest about it, I think a lot of stepmoms, they have the whole stigma of evil stepmom. Like, there's always, like, that.
Yeah.
Like, instantly. Like, even if you're the opposite of that, you're going to be that. Period.
You're in the category immediately when you're a stepmom. You're the evil stepmom.
Yeah. And I was a stepmom before I was a mom.
Right.
So I didn't even really know what it was like to be in her shoes. And we didn't see eye to eye for years. Probably like the first 4 to 5 years of Annabelle's life that I entered. So Annabelle was like 2.5 when I came along. So from then until about like first or second grade, it was kind of like a strained relationship. There was some tension, there was some heartache from what had happened. I had nothing to do with that. It came along way after, but there was all the emotions that go with that. And I wanted to show up for Justin in a way that made him know like how serious I was and how much I cared about him. And at the time, the only way I knew to do that was by showing how I could care for her, because that was his most
Pride and joy,
important
baby.
Yeah. Yeah. And being a single, he went from being married to a single dad with a 2-month-old, and trying to figure that out and still work full time. So that was definitely growing pains for him. But she's just such a blessing and has brought me him. And eventually, her and me and her mom have been able to build this really good dynamic where we can be civil, we can communicate, we can put Annabelle first, which wasn't always the case. We let emotions and we let things get in the way. And that was part of me healing and her healing and just knowing better. But we both want her to come first now, and that's been the best thing. And it's been the best for Justin, for me, for Annabelle, for her mom. It has to be a team effort. And I'm not here to replace.
Right.
I'm here in addition to.
Right.
Annabelle doesn't change, me birthing the boys versus obviously I didn't birth her, but she's an addition to. Like, it's just, I just wish more people looked at it as the bonus instead of the burden or the setback, because it truly can be beautiful if you are willing to let down your guard and not have to control everything and kind of step back and just put the kids first.
I feel like with co-parenting, because like one party can be willing to do that. And then you're working with someone who's not willing to do that. Yes. And that creates a dynamic that is, dang near impossible to maneuver around, because how do you put someone first? How do you grow if we're thinking just about the child, when one party is willing to put down the emotion or the history or whatever, and the other party isn't? What do you encourage people to do that are fighting for that peace? They want that peace, but maybe they're up against the wall with a party that's just not willing to, they're too stubborn, right? Basically, it's just so pride. It's prideful,
It is.
it's stubbornness, it's your way or the highway. And again, it's selfish because it's not going to be the best for the child.
Yeah.
What do you feel like you can encourage people to do who are in those positions?
I would say, and at one point I was in that transition. So, I would say she was probably on that end at one point. I've been on that end at one point, but.
We're all bringing baggage that we didn't ask for, right? And then you add other people in different pockets of our life when we're still so much trying to learn ourselves, plus the baggage we're carrying, whether it be generationally or what happened yesterday or family or marriage or shoot, a deal just closed, not going to figure, or didn't go through, and I got to figure out how to, pay the mortgage.
Right.
Like, we're all carrying all this baggage, and now attention of a co-parent, not naturally, is just like hunky-dory, like,
Yeah. I would say the best advice that I could give would be to keep your focus on the child. I could have pity parties. I could, oh, poor me. Oh, me. Ultimately, and I think a lot of people do that. I guess we're naturally kind of selfish beings. And until you love something more than you love yourself, you don't realize how to let go of that part and be like, you can have the pretty cooked bacon because I love you more than I love me. So I'll eat the scraps over here, your last bite, or whatever's left over. That's love.
Even though I fried the bacon, I just wanted one piece of bacon.
But yeah,
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
you've truly just got to be selfless and just put the kid first. And even if the other home isn't doing, our parenting styles are a little different. Ultimately, now we can communicate and agree.
With our own husbands, it's different.
Exactly. So trying to navigate all that. But just always putting her first and doing what we can do for her when she's with us is the best you can do. Focus on your unit and your home. That doesn't mean you ignore what's going on in the other home or the mom. It just means she's focused on nourishing that home. You're focused on this one. And in both homes, the child's thriving.
Right. We're just here to thrive.
And that's the goal.
I'm so proud of you because that I know has been a journey for a lot of people that I know. Co-parenting naturally is, but I love the growth that I've been able to, sit sideline and just be able to witness, to have that peace where it's at now, because it's a beautiful.
There was a point I didn't think we would be on this
I didn't think either, baby. I was like, this ain't never gonna work out.
Yeah.
We just gonna be dealing with this forever. We gotta figure out how we gonna get through every time. But I'm proud of both you ladies to get to a point of growth individually for, obviously, Annabelle.
Yeah.
So, beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay, so obviously cheerleader.
Retired.
Okay. Retired. I don't know. You're still training people and they're winning freaking championships, okay? I mean, cheer is a huge part of who you are, your whole entire life, everything. I mean, coached. I mean, from trying out for, big leagues, in the NFL, to coaching, to obviously Mars Hill, alumni, stand up, Lion Nation. What do you feel like cheer taught you about just showing up? Because that's a lot of years you committed.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, and honestly, like your body, like cheer, like you were just such a spitfire on the cheer. Like,
thank you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Erwin. Erwin. Is that how they say it, Erwin?
They did say it like that, yeah.
I'll never forget with the Letterman's jacket.
Yes.
I'll never forget. Yeah.
Yes. Gosh. Yeah, so,
I mean, did you love it so much? You just were like, we show up because I love it so much. Or did it teach you about, even when you didn't want to do it, you showed up? Because obviously you were the tiny one. You were flying around and being held,
Yes and no.
Well.
So both. So, okay, honestly, I think
if it's base day, I'm not showing up. You can fall and break. No, I'm kidding.
Just some days I was in the air, some days I was not. Just kidding. But, yeah, honestly, like looking back, gymnastics was where that all started for me, competitive gymnastics. And so going into 9th grade, one of my friends was like, hey, you should try out for the cheerleading team, because she knew I could tumble from gymnastics. And I was like, I've never cheered a day in my life. Like,
Did you hear that journey?
She was like, but you can tumble.
You were asking about this, yeah.
Yeah, she was like, but you can tumble, and that's what they need for tryouts. We need tumblers. And I was like, okay, whatever. So I just thought, why not? And so I went out and I tried out, and I ended up making the JV team at the time. And now Erwin, at that time, shout out to Kim Ponder. She's
shout out to Kim Ponder.
Literally, she's shaped a lot of aspects of my life in the way that I view things, especially with, like you're saying, learning through cheer and what that's taught me throughout the years. So as a freshman, like I made the JV team. The varsity team was what went to state, and like I really wanted to be on varsity, but let's be honest, I didn't know nothing about cheer because I'd always been a gymnast.
Right.
I could tumble, but I didn't know the other stuff. Ended up like working my tail off to where she asked me to come up from JV, and like I was going to get to be on the team. Well, I went to like a practice or two and realized how I was like, I'm not there. And I didn't want to hold them back. They're state champs. So I went to her, and that was my first big girl conversation. And I said, I'm not ready for this. And she was like, her exact words, and I remember to this day, was, you're wise beyond your years. And, I'm glad that you can acknowledge that. And that's good for you, good for them, good for me as a coach. And I went back to JV, and I finished out with my JV squad, and those girls went on to state, and they won. They did awesome without me. But that was like a pivotal moment in just like realizing like
Somebody believed in you hardcore. Mm-hmm.
Yes, but also you can want something really, really bad, and it doesn't mean it's the time for it. And
being mature enough to know.
to just be like, it's not my time, and that's okay. I'm going to cheer them on and clap for them, and my
And in
time
the
will be
meantime,
here.
you work on you.
Right.
Right.
And so then the next year it came, and 3 years of cheering for her, and we won 3 state championships.
Yes, baby.
Back to back. That was amazing. And then Mars Hill came. And that's where I met you. Other than childhood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. But like, met you as in
a college version of ourselves.
Adult versions where we truly got to know each other.
Right.
Not just
skate
meet
around
at the skate
days
rink or ride around in the car, go shopping. Like, you know, we're adults.
Connected on a different level.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
then you cheered there, but you also coached there.
Yeah, I cheered there, and then graduated and coached at Mars Hill. Coached at UNCA. All different vibes. Awesome experiences. All throughout that time, I was doing competitive cheer, coaching that.
How do you feel like Kim was able to pour into you, that you feel like that has been such an impact and a seed in your life that has blossomed into coaching other athletes, also being a mother?
Yes. I definitely think it's a ripple effect. One of the things that I think made me love cheer so much, especially once I was done doing it myself and I was just getting to coach other girls, was being the one that was boosting their confidence, being the one trying to encourage them. You can do this, just there's more to it than just wearing a skirt and a bow.
Right, right. It's deeper than that.
It is. And building those friendships. And some of those girls and some of the parents that I coached 20 years ago, I'm still friends with. I still communicate with. I get together with, have lunch, catch up, whatever. There was just that respect from coaching and the bond that I had with their daughter. They're now getting married, having kids of their own, which is crazy. But yeah, I think that that's the best part about coaching, is if you can truly relate to your kids and be a role model for them or be an inspiration in any way.
It's not a small, being a coach, I think we're all coaches, all of us in some form or fashion.
Right.
I mean, holding the door for a stranger, you're coaching someone to have etiquette and give them a smile and give them a blessed day. You know what I mean? I was with Karen a couple of nights ago and went in to snag the pizza that I'd ordered for the boys and got back out, and Jensen was like, "Miss Shana, that girl didn't hold the door for you." And he's sports, but I think it's like we're all being coached to a degree in some form or fashion, and that role is so pivotal for children. I mean, Coach Pitts, to this day, Coach Pitts he changed my life. I think there's people who come into your life and believe in you in ways that it's almost, you don't even know how to explain it, because it makes you see a piece of you that you knew was in there that's been dim, and maybe we just didn't have the backing of other people to support it, and somebody comes along and just waves a flame, and it is such a ripple effect.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm so proud of you because you've won, obviously, championships through high school, 3 in a row. I mean, hello, who can say that? Probably know that. I don't know. But then you just go out here and you've impacted so many other cheerleaders and gymnasts. I mean, even Journey, and like, oh my God, she can do a back handspring. I'm what? Like, it's incredible when you are focused and so cohesive with your gifts, that just the love and passion that you reflect by doing that, how that impacts people that you don't even, you're not even trying to, you're just doing what you love.
Right.
And it literally is consumed in the pores of somebody else's being who is able to love what you do too.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, thank you.
I have a game for us that I've never done before. Okay. I'm just going to show you a few pictures, and then you have to figure out and just tell the story.
Okay.
It'll be fun. Okay. I've never done this before, but it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Oh, Lord. Okay. Number 1, and we'll talk about it.
Oh, my gosh. Okay.
This moment in time, because I'll tell you where I was in the moment in time, but you go first.
Yes. Okay. So at this moment in time, I had decided to go try out for the Dallas Cowboys. It was the first year that they did Making the Team season 1. I was 19. Never have flown in a plane before. Went by myself, flew to Texas, the whole thing, stayed in the hotel. so intimidating. It was an experience. And like also like I came from the gymnastics background into cheer. Newsflash, professional cheerleading is dancers. So I show up with not the dance background whatsoever. And I'm like, I have to choreograph something like that. And they're all over there like it's effortless. And I'm, freaking out. And I didn't know a soul like within thousands of miles. So I'm literally like so I finally, I befriended this one girl. Yeah. And she kind of like
What was
helped
her
me.
name?
I feel like it was Tabitha.
Okay,
I want to say it
we're
was
going with
either Tabitha or Tasha. It was something like that.
It was a ta.
Yeah, because she was so sweet. But I was like 19, she was like 24.
Oh my God, light years.
And honestly, like stunning. Like all the girls were beautiful. And so long story short, I do the tryout and literally the exact words was, come back when you have a more mature look. And I think it's because I was a baby and these were women.
Yeah.
And obviously there's an appeal to that genre of who's watching NFL and those kind of things.
The Cowboys, hello.
Yeah. But yeah, and I just love that.
Yeah.
And that was my brother David's favorite team. So that's why I just always like loved them, wanted to just go for it and see what happened. And then a few years later, we moved to Fort Lauderdale. 2010, I tried out for the Dolphins, and that was so much fun. And I made it pretty far in that. But ultimately did not make the team there, which is okay. But it was just more of like pushing myself to be like, can I do this?
Right.
Can I step out of that comfort zone?
Right.
Yeah.
So all of that's going on. And while you're doing that, I had applied to be on The Real World.
Correct.
And after like phone call interview and whatever interview, they're like, okay, you're one of the finalists and we need you to come to Charlotte.
Yes. Where you're at.
And we need you to bring one friend.
Yes.
Oh, I'm like, we're in.
Yes.
Gymna's going to be doing backflips and I know we're in. And literally, that's when I found out I'm pregnant with Journey.
Yep.
And I'll never forget calling them, standing in Weaverville Walmart that had just been built and crying because I was having to.
Right.
Basically, I knew we were the last interview. We were it. We already, baby, if we got that far, we were in.
Right.
I was like, girl,
yeah,
get your little Dallas or your Dolphins outfit and come on. Like I knew we were, and then God's like, no, not yet. Not yet. You know what I mean? And that humbling moment of trying to force what a vision that he had placed in my heart.
Right.
But that made me, that was the time. Weaverville Walmart. I was in tears calling this picture. Briefly.
Crocs and socks. So basically.
Haywood Road.
Yes. Just a time in your life where like you learn what's right, what's meant to be, and what is will away. And what isn't won't. And Crocs and socks is honestly just a pivotal moment. It shifted the direction of my life. And so yeah, I'll just never forget that.
Crocs and socks.
Yeah.
I left out like I was ready.
I love it.
This one?
Oh my gosh,
Do
sunflower.
you remember? Yeah. But
Yes, I do remember this. I think you printed me a photo.
Yes.
Of sunflowers, and it says on. I still have it. It says on the photo, when the time is right.
Oh, does it say this?
It shall come. Yes.
Shut up.
I still have it in a black frame.
Now, I took this picture in college for photography class because you love sunflowers, and then I got it printed and given to you.
And you put that. It says, if the time, or when the time is right, it shall come, or something like that.
Well, we need a new photo of that one.
Ironically enough, that was during the transition of like a previous relationship into meeting Justin and dealing with that whole.
Well, look at there.
Yeah.
How beautiful.
Yeah. So I kept that.
The best Uber ride of my life.
So much fun. Yes. So Cody Jinks concert was amazing.
It was incredible.
So much
Cody
fun.
Jinks and Black Mountain, baby.
Yes, and we were responsible adults.
We were so responsible.
So we got a ride, but at the time, the only ride we could get was a friend that drove an 18-wheeler.
And baby, we left that place in an 18-wheeler, and I was like, I literally wanted to freeze time because I'm like, y'all are calling Ubers, and I'm getting picked up in an 18-wheeler. I mean, Brent, I literally was like, can we just roll in there and break down every wall for this concert?
Like, it was awesome.
It was a pretty epic moment.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what else I got in here.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so Lane is terrified of this raccoon.
I actually think this is it.
Yeah, he lives at our house.
He looks like your driveway
right now.
right
It's literally him. That's because he's ate all of our dog food. Oh my God. So,
guys,
so we finally figured out he's coming on the porch at night because we bring the dogs in at night in the garage to sleep because it's cold. And this raccoon has come on the porch and it has ate all the dog food and it weighs like 50 pounds overweight.
Baby, it's a German Shepherd. It's a German Shepherd.
Yeah,
okay?
We set a trap.
I kid you not.
We caught it, and all the kids were like, let it loose, because it was just so pitiful and fat that we were just like, okay.
Just like
Yeah.
Stop it. I grew up, like, wild animals, I mean, obviously I don't want to run into a bear, right?
Right.
But, like, my nanny, I remember she would feed raccoons and squirrels, and like they would just come up and eat out of your hand, and it was fine.
Yeah.
But the night we're sitting on your porch, okay, and listen, if nobody knows, you're on 3 acres almost. It's pitch black, huge gravel road. There's no lights out there. You're in the woods, and I'm thinking someone's staring at us with a laser beam about to kill us, and we just don't know it because it's so dark. And then here, I'm like, Andrea, I hear something, okay, and it was a big sound.
Well, at that point, you're standing up with the chair in your hands ready to
When that thing ran up, all I seen was rabies happening and that sucker attacking us because it was not a raccoon. That sucker is the size of a German Shepherd running around. I was the biggest raccoon. I'll never forget my heart. I was like, oh, I got it. I'm about to knock this thing out. Scary. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Oh, Bigfoot.
Commonality.
Oh, yeah. So
by the way, both our moms believe in Bigfoot. If everybody's listening, how crazy our mothers are. Your mom's seen Bigfoot in Florida.
Yes.
My mom's seen Bigfoot in Weaverville, where we used to live.
Yes.
My mom swears she was throwing out apples or, some old produce in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Why are we doing that, Mom? I don't know why we're even doing that part. But she throws out the produce and she hits something and it goes, this is Beverly, and it goes, oh. And then it stands up and runs. Yeah. And she's like, I know what I saw.
Yeah.
It's a Bigfoot.
Yeah.
And like the knocking on all these things that they put on shows, she's like, it's real.
Yeah.
I hear it. I've seen it. I've heard it. I've witnessed it. Your mom.
Yeah, same. I mean, she pretty much said she was in a vehicle and they were driving in Florida and Bigfoot basically ran in front of the car. And she's seen
Why is Beverly and Laura so much alike? I don't even know what's going on in my life.
But I've also heard other people say that as well. So I've just never experienced it.
I mean, I'm all open about it.
Yeah.
I'm like, Bigfoot, come forward.
Yeah.
I mean, hello. Oh, so good. I love you so much. You're so dear to my heart. And you know that.
I love you too.
Anything else that you feel like as, a driven, faith-filled woman, wife, grew up and we have grown up in the thick of it, carried a lot of trauma that I feel like we necessarily didn't even contribute and we've had to filter through. And on the end of it, how blessed. You've got 3 healthy children. You've got a loving husband. And I can say the same. And we're still, batshit crazy sometimes. And they love us anyways.
Yeah.
But just to encourage and inspire other people who, grew up and
I think
even telling Journey earlier, like you're living other than having kids,
different childhood.
Your childhood right now is like some of the best days. Like you'll want to come back to these moments.
Yeah.
Outside of having children, being the best days of your life. Like people are going through it right now. What do you feel like to encourage people?
I think all families have skeletons, or all families have trauma, or all families have grief. everybody has a sad story to tell.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, it's what you do with those moments
Mm-hmm.
to keep going forward and to be better and to do better. And especially as a mother, I want all three of my kids to be better than me, smarter than me, more successful than me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
In every way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and, you know, same like with my mom raising me, like, she did the best she could do with what she knew. I'm doing the best I can do with what I know.
Mm-hmm.
But I pray that that continues to grow and get better. And to just not give up, like, to just keep pushing forward.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, God can change things in an instant. And I think that it's important to just, you have to allow Him, though, to be in your life. And sometimes Him not answering your prayers is what truly aligns you with where you're supposed to be, not always getting what you want instantly.
Because I think, just to end it, like, I look back at like one of the, our, dare I say, as a mature friendship, the moment of, a bridesmaid weekend that was supposed to be implanted in my head perfection to end so drastically different than we had anticipated.
Right.
And knowing that we had this gap of just truly knowing that growth is happening even when it doesn't feel like it.
Oh, yeah.
And when things go a different way, there is meaning and strength in it. Because I know how much stronger we've gotten off, something so minor, but still a huge part.
Yeah.
I'm just so proud of you, and I thank you for being here.
Oh,
And I know she's not the one to be in front of a camera. She's not the one to, but you look beautiful and you're shining bright as always. And I'm just so proud of you. I love you.
I love you too.
Thank you. You're welcome. I love you so much.